Hello again. This is Dina Loomis, and today I'm so happy that Che is around because I can hardly wait to talk about this particular item.
Well, she got so excited. This is again another edition with Miss Dina Loomis, and our topic for today is
whether it's really for the best when you become an OFW.
which is overseas Filipino worker.
Yes. You realize, of course, that a huge percentage now of our countrymen are going abroad.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because obviously, even if they have work here, of course, the pay there is much higher.
Yes.
And they have to help send their mga kababayan, mga kapatid to school to continue schooling, and they also have to help their parents, and the parents just don't earn enough. And when they get married, the same thing happens, and they have children, and now they have to send their children to school. So I noticed that for years, I would say 2 or 3 decades now, our OFWs have actually kept our economy afloat. Do you notice that?
That's true. Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah, it's the overseas remittances that actually buoy up our economy.
Yes, and that's the reason why the Philippine peso has actually
risen in value.
gone up in value. It's amazing. While the American dollar, the euros went down, the Filipino peso has gone up. And a lot of that is thanks to the OFWs. But, let's face it, Che, there is the downside to being an OFW. I've heard a lot of breakups in families. I've heard of cases of teenage children going haywire, becoming juvenile delinquents, and daughters getting pregnant, and wives also having affairs with other men, or if it's the men who are left behind, either the wife has an affair abroad or the husband is having an affair here. So honestly, sometimes I wonder, how long is that going to last? I mean, how long is this OFW
phenomenon?
Yes, the bonanza, so to speak, to our economy going to last, and at what cost? So have you stopped to wonder about that? What do you think?
Well, the problem with the Philippine economy is that people hardly earn enough, so that the only recourse would be to find another place where they can earn a lot more money. Because as you know, for example, if you're in the United States or maybe in Europe, the euro is worth much more than the Philippine peso, and the dollar is also worth more than the Philippine peso. In fact, I have a neighbor who migrated from the United States after he retired because his dollars go a longer way here in Manila as compared to Nevada, where he was from. And he's a golf pro there, but right here with his pension, he can live like a king. So if you work abroad, you're earning the dollars, you're earning the euro, which is converted into a lot more, and the buying power becomes a lot more. Except for the problem that we have now, which is we have a stronger peso, such that people are no longer able to buy the exact same things with the same money that they are being presented. On average, do you know that overseas Filipino workers, on average, send to the Philippines around $500 every month? Imagine the $500 every month multiplied by 9 million Filipinos.
Yes.
So that's 4.5 billion pesos.
No wonder. And by the way, Lagarde, the IMF. Director, she actually commended the Philippines. She said that among all the Asian countries, the Philippines has actually become a source of respect and admiration now among the Europeans and Americans.
Fantastic.
That we, in fact, our GDP is now up to 6.5%, as against the American they're only up to 2.5% now.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Mm.
And I believe the only other Asian country that's fast catching up is Malaysia.
Yeah.
Because Malaysia is now also up to 6.5%. But for some time, it's been the Philippines there only, and now Malaysia's catching up, and Indonesia slowly also catching up. But it's all Asia. All eyes now seem to be focused on Asia.
Yeah.
How Asia seems to be thriving, while Europe and America is shrinking.
And struggling. Yeah.
And struggling, well, literally.
Ours is the growth area, actually.
Yes.
Because for a while, it was America and Europe that were up there in terms of the economic development as well as in trade. However, the economies have overheated and things have caught up with them, such that now, since we've been down so long, well, practically the only place to go is up.
I have one wish though.
Oh, okay.
This is my one wish for Filipinos and Asians. Is that very soon we will be able to afford higher salaries to be given to our people, so that our people will not be forced to leave our countries and go abroad and leave their families. That is my one wish, my desire, and God willing,
yeah.
God willing, that will come true. So, can you imagine? We will be self-sufficient. We don't have to keep on sending people abroad. If we can, I know we have a lot of natural resources, and if we can, well, we're already beginning to slowly get rid of graft and corruption. Not altogether, not completely, but because of the structures that our president, Pinoy Aquino, has put in place, a lot of the graft and corruption that's been going on in the past has been already minimized. Not completely eliminated, but minimized to the extent that we can see already fruits. We can see it around. Businesses are starting to thrive again. So,
and foreign investors are coming in.
Yes, and foreign investors, indeed, because they can see that the Philippines and the rest of Asia is such a great place to invest in.
Wait, with that note, a very good note, in fact, at least for the Philippines. And of course, we're also hopeful that our American neighbors will recover from the recent disaster that befell the East Coast, such that, well, in fact, our economy has improved to the extent that we have made contributions in order to help the people in that particular area, correct?
That's right.
Yes.
On TV, CNN, I actually saw that some Filipinos were sending already goods to New York, New Jersey. Imagine. I could hardly believe it. I mean, wow, what is the world coming to?
The shoe's on the other foot.
Yes.
So with that, we'll leave you with this particular episode, and stay tuned on our YouTube as well as our page. And we'll see you next time on the next installment of our talk with Miss Dina Lumis.
And thank you, Che. It's always great talking with you.
You're welcome.
And it's great also having the opportunity of discussing different items of interest with you. Goodbye for now.